So here we are back at the Yolo County Railroad. So I just spent the last couple days painting this, and you can see there's some detail work I need to do here. I'm using two different paints here, so I'll get them here in just a second. Grab the other one. So for the base, I used Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Matte here, black, and then Protective Gloss Sunburst Yellow. For the rest of it, I'm gonna grab my trusty pointer here. So as you can see, the masking wasn't very effective in some spots. Right here, it looks like the masking got the adhesive on the masking tape wasn't strong. Come on, focus. And then down here, a little spillage here. Problem is that with the duct tape I'm using, oh yeah, see there's some splobs here and here on the steps. What I'll do is I'll just get a Sharpie and probably touch up spots where they need to be. And it looks like some paint didn't get in here. There's some fading going on, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about the fading. Flipping that to this side here. Some spillage at the base of the and I extensively masked it, so you can see there's some spillage there and some adhesive spillage on the top here. The other side has a little bit of cracks, but I'm not going to really, if I'm going to be taking videos of this when it's in operation, I'm not going to worry too much about the rear end of the locomotive. So yeah, I just need to touch up a few spots here and along the frame, and then on the catwalks and around the doors. And I might need to touch up some, maybe just get a little bit of spray on that. I don't know. And then on the engineer's side, some more work here needs to be done. I'll just use like I said, I'll use a Sharpie, probably just kind of touch up the entire locomotive. And I've got plenty of Sharpies, so I'm not going to be too worried. But another thing I did was when I was painting this, I actually put pieces of masking tape on the inside of the windows on both sides, but I didn't really bother to do too much here. So what this tells me, when you're seeing this little bit of black there, is that I didn't spray it all in every crack and crevice. So that's my mistake. As you can see, this is my first time using this stuff, but another trick I used, where the headlight housing is going to go, and this bulb here is going to be masked in, or masking tape. I'll put some masking tape, maybe some double-sided tape on the inside back there where the toothpicks are. And I put these toothpicks here inside the headlight housing units to kind of keep it from being, because I knew when I was going to be spraying, I didn't want any paint getting stuck inside the housing. And I did that on both ends. So when I rewire this, I want to have it nice and uniform. I want to have better connections, but still a lot of testing to do. And it looks like some spillage on the inside. I'm not going to worry about that too much as well, because it's going to be covered up, or it's going to be mounted on this anyways. So I've got that pretty well covered so far. But this is my first attempt at using spray paint. And besides the odd spots here and there, it looks pretty good. It looks almost like the real life locomotive. And that's kind of the effect I was going for, is I wanted it to represent yellow short line 131. Now, another thing is when I was doing some work on, when I was doing the original stripping, I wanted to get, I thought yellow short line 131 didn't have a Mars light, and it turns out she did. So I've got spares. I'm just gonna have to break them out and install them, and then repaint it with. I've got yellow paint pens for that, so it might look a little mismatched, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I just wanted to look as close as I can. But I did install. What I did was on the top here. Let's take a look. You see these 4 holes here? Well, since no one's really gonna look at it too much, what I did was I used this stuff here, this quick hold glue. I don't remember where I got. I made it. I might have got it on Amazon. But what I did was I filled in the holes with that stuff, and then installed this Athearn P3. Basically, I just glued it in place and let it set. And then once I got everything together, everything was ready. That's when I primed it with the black, the Ultra Matte. Now, another issue when that came about was you can see these little pieces on the nose here. These are actually pieces of glue, strings of glue from the quick hold. So that's going to be a defect in the paint. But if you're doing that, if you want to do that, make sure you wipe it down before you paint it. But I'm gonna leave this as is, and then when I get to the stenciling, lettering, then I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna ignore that, and then hopefully, if people notice, that'll be something to bring up as a lesson. When you're doing stuff like this, you want to be very careful. But yeah, that's my locomotive here. I think during this week I'll clean up the wiring here, because look, I mean, it's all chaotic, and it's such a small locomotive for all this wiring. So I wanted to, I'll redo some of that. Also, I'm going to shorten up this black wire here. Is also too long, and when I put the shell back on, it's going to be a tight fit. So I'm going to have to shorten this black wire up just a little bit, and then re-tin it into the connection here. And I'm doing this based on what I've seen from Larry Puckett. So if you go on YouTube and search model railroading, his channel, it has a lot of useful DCC information. Basically, just the only thing I need to do now is shorten the headlight LED that's connected to the white wire and the blue wire. And I just need to trim this up a little bit, clean it up, and then I can have an operating locomotive. I mean, it does operate now. When I initially installed this DCC board, the rear headlight wasn't working, so I'm gonna have to figure that out and find out why it's not. Maybe there wasn't a strong enough connection to the blue wire, and that's why it wasn't working, or there was an issue with the yellow wire. But that's it for today. Not really much has changed on the layout other than just me trying to clean it up and trying to find ways of making it more dynamic. Eventually, I might install crossing gates. There needs to be a pair here, and then maybe some crossbucks on both sides of this crossing and that crossing. I've got a crossbuck planned for that crossing there. Actually, I have one. I had to remove it during construction, and maybe I might need to get some more of this Walther's road system here, and then shift the road this way just a tad. That way I can install stuff here, because as you can see, the clearances are not very big. And then I've got these crossing gate cantilevers on both sides. They're both from Walthers. And that's it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crossings. Only 2 of them actually have actual crossings. So this is Main Street. This is Main Street. This is a private industry. That's Pioneer. This is also Main Street / County Road. I'll get some more Walthers linear stuff. And then these are both private roads. Private levee roads. But that's it. And then I've got my trusty track cleaning car. As you can see, it's got that Bachmann device for cleaning track. So that's it. Well, thank you for watching the Eola County Railroad. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And apart from that, have a good day, y'all.